As we are born, we start with lullabies. You know, our parents sing to us, make up songs. Almost everybody sings "You Are My Sunshine." And throughout our lives, music plays an important role, for some people more than others, but it's really deep down, both in our soul and in our brain, that functions even as our brain changes with cognitive impairments. It's very valuable because we can hearken back to the music of our childhood, our high school days when we danced, our college days, and then when we were first married, perhaps.
Well, music is not only for people who have dementia. I use it as a caregiver to help me because I've experienced depression. Losing somebody that you love to this disease is so sad. So I use music all the time to lift my spirits. I put on happy music and exercise and just enjoy it. Music's good for everybody. It's the most deeply embedded memory probably that he has is making music. The doctors say that, music activates all the regions of your brain at once. So with everything firing, it's very stimulating for people who have dementia and helps them maintain their function.
One of the things we know is that if somebody's doing something, they're less likely to get agitated. So singing seems to be one of those somethings that work. People who perhaps love their college alma mater, you can sing that with them. A lot of the old hymns, people still remember all the words. One caution I guess I would make is that if the music you're playing seems to make the person agitated or overstimulated, just stop. It might not be the right time of the day or activity or right kind of music. If the music is in a high-pitched key, that may, in fact, make people more agitated, so we recommend that you have music that's in a lower key. Sometimes people who have dementia don't respond in ways that you expect when listening to music, but we think it's successful if even they're tapping a toe or clapping their hands or moving their hands. I would say to a caregiver, don't be discouraged if people seem not to be engaged with the music, because you can't really tell from their behavior if that's true or not. I would say in most cases, people are engaged at some level, and I would just keep using music as one of the ways to meet their needs.
Well, in the early stages of dementia and the middle stages, we used music a lot to soothe Glenn if he became agitated. He really enjoyed listening to, his old recordings and his favorite songwriter, Jimmy Webb. It brought him a lot of pleasure and helped him sleep. It was interesting to watch because initially, he started forgetting lyrics, but he could still play guitar. And then he would begin to forget the chord sequence. But, if you asked him to play Wichita Lineman, he might sit down and get halfway through it and then forget. But if he was on stage with a band, it just all came back to him. And I don't know if that's contextual memory or what that is, but on stage, it was just like magic. For people that want to know more about how music engages the brain, they should visit my blog, careliving.org, because I have some amazing interviews with Dr. Hart Cohen, a neurologist from Cedars-Sinai, who was Glenn's neurologist during the tour. And he brings out some really important points about using music to maintain your brain function. And then also we have music therapist Connie Tomeno on our blog.
We can't underestimate the power of a song. Not only that people know the words, but they feel an emotion that takes them back to another place. So it might be Motown music for some of us. It could be old Merle Haggard music for some of us. It could be Beethoven's Fifth that brings back this emotion of Oh, this is the most beautiful thing, and I remember where I first heard it. Or I have this sense about me that I'm where I first heard it. We also know that people who hear, well, like the Star Spangled Banner, in almost every one of us, it brings out some patriotic feeling. It's almost universal. And so it's the feeling, not just being able to say the words, but having an emotional response. And people with dementia are certainly capable of having emotional responses to a variety of things, but music seems to be one of the strongest.
Music brought the family together. When the kids were on stage with Glenn, he was just overjoyed to have them behind him. He'd look over at his shoulder and see his daughter smiling at him, and he was just so proud of them, you know. And they enjoyed. I mean, his songs stand the test of time. You know, songs like "Wichita Lineman," "By the Time I Get to Phoenix." They're just so beautifully written and so meaningful.
So here's something to think about. If you or somebody you know plays an instrument, pull it out and start playing. If the person who has dementia played an instrument, offer it to him or her. They may or may not want to play, but they may love hearing you strum a guitar or play piano. If you have friends that play instruments and they want to visit, it's a great way to have an eventful visit, is to have somebody play.